when he blessed him, he crossed over his arms. So the right hand was on Ephraim's head, and the left hand was on Manasseh's. Because why? Ephraim was going to be greater, and that was, through the Spirit. It says, by faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the children of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And you got a lot of people now that they rather choose that pleasure, that season, the pleasures of sin for a season. So that shows the greatness of what Moses did, man. Because like I said, Egypt was a superpower at the time. When you deal with the present time, the present Egypt, that's also a superpower. America's also a superpower. And what you got a lot of Jake that are basically they're getting in bed with Esau to enjoy, pleasures at the current time. So it said, esteeming pleasure of simplicity. Verse 26, esteeming the reproach of Yahweh Shai greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, essaying to do, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell. So all these things, the men that the Lord was dealing with, it was through faith. Because even with like the walls of Jericho, the way they were, the way the what's called the scouts, spoke about it, it was like those things were impregnable, man. It's like presently, man. I don't know what's a fortification, man. Even if you still with the U.S. in general, man. If someone's gonna invade the U.S., they're gonna have to cover. I don't even know, man. Essentially like a impregnable castle, man. Where that's something when you deal with what you call it, with ancient warfare, a lot of times they'll rather perform a siege and starve them out through their supply line, rather than just tear it down. When it's the Lord saying, yo, you're gonna take the city, that takes faith to see. So it says, by faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies of peace. Yeah, even Rahab receiving the spies and keeping them safe. She was thinking like, yo, looking at things calmly, she might have just been like, yo, how are these guys gonna come in and take them over? But it was like, what? She was just like, yo, she kept them safe, hid them on the roof, and afterwards like, yo, just save my family, man. And they were saved. It says, and what shall I more say, for the time that would fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak and of Samson and of Jephthah and of David and Samuel and of the prophets. Yeah, that's why it's good to read through and go through. It's like books of Judges, books of history, because you've got good examples of men, men of faith, man. They're good examples to live by, and it's how the Lord deals with men, because all of them went through trials, tribulations. Gideon's a good example. Because especially it's like a lot of these times, Jake's going the fuck off, man. Like presently, by and large, you talk to Jake, you try and tell them who they are and what they got coming for them, and how they need to, get down with the word. Jake ain't trying to hear it. Jake is trying to be out here having the time of their lives, man. Jake is known like a lot of what Jake's known for is entertainment, man. Fun and games, them good times. But hey, the good times has come to an end, man. I'll close up. I'll close on this if my fingers can work. Ecclesiastes 7:2. It's better to go into the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for the sadness of the countenance, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. So yeah, it's it's better to go into the house of mourning. That's why, especially in the times, man. What's that even to celebrate, man? This place is on a steady decline, man. Everyone's in a even more fucked situation, man. The only people that have gained from this situation is the super rich, man. The super rich, they're living, they've been able to make cash money off this situation, man. It said the top, more or less 1% of society, they profited off this, man. Whilst the majority of people on the bottom, they're fucked. They're on unemployment. They're on what the fuck's the word I'm looking for? JSA. Not even JSA anymore. Universal credit. They're basically in a state where they're just relying on the state to get by, man, and hoping things are gonna get better. Shit ain't really gonna get better when you. Shit ain't gonna get better. Going forward. Just like 2020, man. 2020 started off, with a bang. You know, the decade started off with a bang, and then like even over the course of the year, people thought it was gonna get better. It just got worse. Then people thought, oh, 2021, maybe that's gonna be, everything's gonna get better. No, everything's got worse. From the start of the year to through January, through February, going into March now. Ain't gonna get better, man. It's only gonna get worse. So yeah, yeah, I'll leave it there, man. This place is toast, man. Shalom. Yabba Shem Yashai B'Shem Rakal Kadash B'Katah. Shalom.